Hello rail fans, and welcome to another Minecraft French Fried Trains locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building Canadian Pacific number 6644, which is an SD70 ACU, and one of their handful of units painted to honor veterans. This particular one is the World War II unit, made to honor those who served in D-Day, and is painted in the colors of the Royal Air Force. So let's jump right into it here. As usual, I'll be building this on the front of the train I already have. So our first step is to take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler and get it connected up. Delete the dark oak fence gates on either side of the coupler on this back locomotive. Replace them with dark oak fence and extend it out to be connected air hoses. Underneath, we put a dark oak fence gate for another air hose. Now we're going to take out polished black stone stairs, and we have to get them on the next block down, 3 of them facing this way coming across the rails. On the outsides of that, we place them upside down and facing outward. Above that, we put a polished black stone block in the middle, and then to either side, 2 upside down forward facing stairs coming out to the sides of the plow. On the top layer here, we take out any temporary block and put a temporary block over on the corner. Then we're going to put 3 upside down oak stairs in the middle. Delete your temporary block. Then we swing around behind this with polished black stone block and make a T-shaped pattern. Then an end rod down on the bottom above each rail. Behind that, back to polished black stone blocks, and we need to make a 5x3. Now we need our first set of wheels, so take out a block of netherite, skip 1 block behind this, and put netherite on each rail with an end rod for an axle. Now we switch to a regular black stone slab, and on the upper hitbox, we're going to make 2 rows of 3. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. And then another 2 rows of 3 black stone slabs on the upper hitbox, and a third set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we're going to come around on the side and we're going to extend these slabs out 1 more on each side, so they're sticking out across the edges of the rails. Then on the upper above that, we're going to make a row of slabs coming from wheel to wheel. Same thing over here. On the upper part, a row of slabs going from wheel to wheel. Then we can take out polished black stone block, and we can bring this middle 3 down to the end of the truck here. Then we're going to take out dark oak fence gate, and we'll open them into the ends of each wheel here. Then we have to swing around and do it to these wheels too. So open one into that wheel, make sure it's placed correctly, and then this corner as well, open one into that wheel. Then we can come back down here with a polished black stone block and extend out another 2 rows of 3 here. Then we'll swing underneath on this bottom row and put 3 on bottom. Then on this bottom block, we're going to put a row of upside down, outward facing, polished black stone stairs, and we're going to make it 15 blocks long in total. Once it's 15 blocks long, we swing around 3 blocks across the middle, and same thing on this side. Outward facing, upside down stairs coming 15 blocks long to connect back up on this side and complete the bottom of the fuel tank. Now that that's done, we'll come in above it with polished black stone block, and we'll keep filling in this top middle 3 all the way down to the other end of the fuel tank here. So just keep bringing polished black stone block down. We stop at the end of the fuel tank. Now we'll do our wheels, so skip a block back and get a block of netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then on the upper hitbox, black stone slabs, 2 rows of 3. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle, and then another 2 rows of black stone slabs. And finally, another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we're going to take our black stone slabs and extend the slabs out 1 more block on each side. Above that, we're going to make a row of black stone slabs coming from wheel to wheel. So we'll do the same thing here. Extend the slabs out and a row on top of that, going from wheel to wheel. Then we can take our dark oak fence gate, open them into the ends of the wheels on this end. And same thing over here, open them into the ends of the wheels on this end. Then we're going to switch back to a polished black stone block and keep filling in this top middle through here. We bring it all the way down to the other end of this truck. Come out above those fence gates. And then in front of that, we need to make a 5x3 coming across to each side of the rails here. So extend it out on that side and on this side. In front of that, we make a T-shape and we put an end rod down on bottom above each rail. In front of that, right side up polished black stone stairs in a row of 3 with upside down outward facing ones on either side. Above that, a block in the middle and 2 forward facing upside down stairs on either side of that. On the very top, 3 upside down oak stairs in the middle. Now we're going to come around on bottom with a grindstone. And everywhere there's a wheel, we're going to hang an upside down grindstone in front of it. So 3 there, 3 in front of each of these 3 wheels. And then of course we have to do the other side. So a grindstone here, here, and here, and one more corner to go. Everywhere there's a wheel, hang an upside down grindstone. Now we're going to swing around and do our stairs to get on the locomotive. So take out an oak slab, and in each of these 3, we put an oak slab on the bottom hitbox. Same thing on this side. So on the bottom hitbox of each of these 3 blocks going up, put an oak slab. Then we'll do the same thing on the other end here. So 3 oak slabs in there. And then one more corner to go, 3 on this side. Now we'll take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler and get it stacked up to that second block. Delete the one you use for placement. Underneath it, we put a dark oak fence gate for an air hose. Then, on either side, we open dark oak fence gates in a row of 2 into the plow. Now, we need to decide which end of the locomotive will be the front end. And I'm going to have my front end facing the void out here, making this the engineer side. So come on the engineer side above the fuel tank with anvils. Skip 1 block from the front and put a row of 5 anvils. Then come to the back and starting all the way from the back, start bringing anvils forward until there's a gap of 2 right there. On this other side of the fuel tank, we're just going to go ahead and take out polished black stone block, and we're going to fill in the whole top of the fuel tank on this side with polished black stone block here. On this side, in the gap between the air tanks, we're going to put 2 crimson buttons, but I placed them wrong there. Had a little mistake to fix. The buttons need to go up on there. So of course I had to go back and get the stair that I accidentally deleted here. Now it's fixed. Now we're going to swing around to the conductor side of the locomotive here, and on the top front of the fuel tank hang a bell. Then we're going to take out a chain, put 1 in that corner, 1 in that corner, 2 here, then swing on down to the back, 1 here, 1 in that corner, 1 in this corner, and 1 here. Come around on top with yellow terracotta, and we're going to fill in this 3rd block up, going 5 across with yellow terracotta from end to end. Come around on the top front here on this row of polished blackstone. On the left, put a column of 2 green terracotta. Skip a block and then a 3x2 of green terracotta. Then we're going to take out a sea lantern to be the headlight, and we put that on top in the middle here. Then we're going to come in and we're going to raise up behind there a column of 2 on each side of green terracotta. Then we wrap this headlight in this C shape of green terracotta. Then take out polished blackstone stairs and we place them forward facing on the front and sideways facing behind it. So sideways here, forward facing here. Now we come around behind this with cyan terracotta and place one on the bottom on each side. Above them, a column of 2 green terracotta. Then 2 sticking out on each side of cyan, and another 2 on top of that of cyan. Then smooth quartz to be the locomotive numbers. Then behind it here, we're going to put 2 cyan on each side, and then a green. Then we're going to go ahead and put a green on each of the back here. Then 2 black stained glass on the sides for the windows, and then the front gets 2 black glass blocks with a green terracotta in the middle. Above that, we're going to fill in all the top middle 3 above the cab with green terracotta. On the sides above the windows, we put a row of dark prismarine stairs facing outward on each side here. Now we're going to work on the back end here, so swing down to the back. In the middle, 2 blocks in from the end, we make a column of 4 cyan terracotta with a green on top. Then kitty corner to that, another column of 4 on this side, and another column of 4 cyan terracotta on this side here. Then on top here, we're going to take green terracotta and extend it across this top 3, and also on these back 2 corners here. In front of this on bottom here, we're going to make a 3x3 of bedrock coming across to both sides of the locomotive here. Then we're going to stack 2 bedrock in that end and a column of 3 here. In the middle, we're going to put a row of 3 anvils, and above that, 3 polished blackstone. Then on the sides, we're going to make a 3x2 of iron bars on each side. Then we're going to go ahead and stack up a column of 4 cyan terracotta on each side in front of it. Then we're going to extend out cyan terracotta across the top of the iron bars here. And we're going to actually knock out these front corner blocks and replace them with green terracotta. Then we can go ahead and fill this whole top with green terracotta. Now we're going to take out cyan terracotta again, and we're going to start filling this in, going from here all the way to the front of the cab. I think it'll be much easier to frame in the whole locomotive first, and then we'll knock out and put our camouflage pattern in later. So fill this in 4 high, going all the way to the front of the locomotive. When we get up by the cab here, this last one's only 2 high. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Start at the cab and use cyan terracotta 4 high, going all the way to the back of the locomotive. Now we're going to come up on back here with green terracotta and extend this front one out to the side. Then we're going to bring this forward by another 8 blocks here. Once we have 8 blocks, we swing around and we bring it across like this. So it's sticking out on each side, and we connect it up on this side as well. Now we fill in this middle gap with cyan terracotta. Switch to polished blackstone block and make this plus shape, and then another one and a third. There's 3 fans up here. In the middle of the fans, we'll put bedrock. On top of all the polished blackstone blocks, we're going to put polished blackstone slabs. Then oak trapdoors in the middle of these 3 fans. Skip a block behind here with an iron trapdoor and make a plus shape. Knock out the middle, put bedrock, and an oak trapdoor in the middle. There's a low profile fan back there. Then we're going to take out black carpet, and on all these gaps between the blackstone up here, put black carpet down in the holes. Same thing on that side. Now we're going to come underneath this here with upside down stairs. In the front, we put an upside down outward facing polished andesite stair. Then smooth quartz, polished blackstone, smooth quartz, polished blackstone, and another smooth quartz. Then 3 dark prismarine on the back. And now we got to swing around and do the same thing on the other side. So the front is polished andesite here, upside down facing outward, smooth quartz, polished blackstone, smooth quartz, polished blackstone, smooth quartz, and then dark prismarine to the back. Now we're going to come underneath it, and everywhere there's a smooth quartz stair, we're going to knock out a column of 3 going down below it. And we're going to fill those all with smooth quartz blocks coming up. Now we're going to go ahead and take out a polished blackstone block here, and we're going to do the same thing under the polished blackstone stairs. So under the polished blackstone stairs, we're going to knock out that column and replace it with polished blackstone blocks here. Same thing under this one. Now we got to swing around and do our stripes on the other side. So we're going to do the same thing. First, we'll knock out a column of 3 under each of the smooth quartz stairs here. We'll fill those 3 with smooth quartz blocks. Then we'll knock out these 2 columns here and fill those with polished blackstone block. Wrong block there. Polished blackstone in each of these 2 columns. Come up on this top side above the iron bars here, and we're going to make 2 columns of 2 trapdoors with a gap of space in between them. So just like that, to represent some more vents. Same thing on this side, 2 columns of oak trapdoors with a gap of space in between them. Now we'll do a bit of the camo pattern. So right next to this white stripe on top, knock out this upside down L shape here and fill it with green terracotta. Same thing over on this side. So right up against the stripe on top, knock out this L shape in green terracotta. Now come around behind the cab here on the conductor side, and we're going to take out light gray shulker boxes here. And on the bottom, we're going to make a row of 5 light gray shulker boxes coming backwards. Make sure they're sideways so you see the top pattern. Above that, 5 cyan terracotta, and above that, 5 green shulker boxes. Just like the bottom, make sure you see the top pattern. We're going to come in and delete the second one of cyan terracotta and replace it with green terracotta. Behind that here, we're going to put a green terracotta on top. And 2 cyans below it. Then we're just going to make like stairs going down with green terracotta here. And then we'll fill that gap with cyan terracotta. Above that, on the top, lined up with this last green terracotta, put a row of 3 bedrock. Same thing on the other side, 3 bedrock for vents. Then we can fill in the middle with cyan terracotta, and go ahead and fill in all this top middle 3 with cyan terracotta here. Now we're going to swing back around to the conductor side here. And below this bedrock, knock out 2 underneath it, just like that, and fill those with bedrock. Now we're going to come over to the engineer side here, and in front of this gap, with the hole for the door there, stack 2 cyan terracotta, and then behind that, a row of 5 coming towards the back of the locomotive. Now we're going to work on the camouflage pattern here. So right in front of this door, we're going to end up knocking out a column of 3 and fill that with green terracotta. Then 2 towards the top and fill that with green. Then towards the top. Fill that with green. And then up in front of that bedrock, knock one out and fill that with green. Then behind this here, we're going to knock out a 2x3 and fill that all with green terracotta. Now under that bedrock, we're going to knock out the top block and put a green one in there. And then below it, a 2x3. And fill all of that with green, going down to the bottom there. Then one on the very bottom in the corner there. On the bottom left there, up against the quartz stripe, make an L shape and fill that with green. Then we're going to come on top here, knock out this first block, put green in there. Then one down kitty corner and one over, and then one down again. And then one kitty corner down on bottom, so it goes down on a diagonal. Knock out these top 2 blocks as well. One more forward right there, so there's 2 green on bottom, and then fill all the rest of this with green. And we're actually going to knock out another full column of 3 there, so it looks like that. And we'll actually knock out one more on that bottom, so that front bottom one is too tall on green. Now we'll come work on this side. So down here by the quartz, an L-shaped pattern. Then we're going to knock out 4 on top here. Then 3. Then 2. Fill all that with the green. And I'm just making sure it's symmetrical. So one underneath here and another 2 in front of it. Come up in front of this bedrock and knock out a column of 2, fill it with green, and down in that corner. Then we're going to come and make an upside down L shape here, fill that with green, and then behind this stair, a column of 2 green. Come back here behind the cab, and we're going to take back out our light gray shulker box. 1 block back from the cab, knock out a single block, and put a shulker box. Come around on this side here, next to the door, we knock out the top 2 green, and we put green shulker boxes there. Now we can go ahead and fill in this top middle gap, so we'll put green terracotta there, and gray terracotta there. Now take out polish andesite stairs, and we're going to put them facing this way here, and facing this way here. Then, in the back in the middle, we put a smoker for the exhaust. Surround that with polish andesite slabs. Then in front of that in the middle, we're going to open back-to-back dark oak fence gates for the horn, and then we'll surround that with slabs as well. Now we're going to come up on the nose of the locomotive, and we're going to cover this middle with black carpet. Above the cab, we're going to go ahead and cover that with green carpet. Behind that, we'll switch to gray carpet, and we'll start filling all this in. Make sure we cover all these vents. For that shulker box, you'll have to crouch to place the carpet. Now we'll come on the back, and all around this box, we'll place green carpet on top. And we'll go around that fan as well. So cover all this in green carpet up here, and come to the very end and fill the back with carpet as well. Now we'll work on all our hand railings. So on bottom here, take out an oak fence. We come up 3 over 1, up 1 over 1, and then we make that a 2x2. Same thing here, come 3 up from the bottom, over 1, up 1 over 1, and make it a 2x2. On this side, we run it up by 4. Same thing over here. Run it up by 4. Then we're going to switch to dark oak fence for the rest of the railing and start bringing that forward along this walkway here, all the way up towards the front of the locomotive. When we get here, we come up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, and then all the way forward to connect with the cab. For the front, we're going to switch back to regular oak fence here. Right here, we run it up by 4. Then we start on bottom here, come up 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, and make it a 2x2. Same thing here. Come up from the bottom by 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, and make it a 2x2. Here, it's just a column of 4. Then we'll switch to dark oak fence and come down to the back here, connect it up there, and start bringing it forward. So keep bringing your dark oak fence all the way along this walkway here. When we get up here by this gray block, we come up by 1, and then over, and then up by 1 here, and over to connect. Now we're going to come in with a dark oak door, put a door there, and a door in this gap on the nose. Then on the left hand side, knock out that block, replace it with black wool, and run a ladder up. Then fill in the rest of the nose with black carpet. Then we're going to come in with an item frame, put an item frame over that sea lantern with another sea lantern in it to be the headlight. Then item frames down on the fences here with sea lanterns to be the ditch lights. Now we take out a dark oak sign to be our number plate and put it on the left hand side above the window there. We type our locomotive number 6644. Then another sign above the other window with 6644. Then we're going to come around and work on the rear end of the locomotive here. We're going to knock out this block in the left corner and replace it with black wool. Then we'll run a ladder up the left hand side here. Then on the top middle here, we'll put 2 vertically stacked item frames with sea lanterns to be rear headlights. Then for the back, we use birch signs for the number plates. On the top back, put our number plate here and a number plate here. Then down in these fences, item frames on each side with sea lanterns to be ditch lights here. Then we're going to take out black carpet and come all around this rear end where nothing's built and fill it with black carpet. Then we can start running black carpet up the side of this walkway here. Just keep running it forward here. When we get to these stairs, put one up on each stair. And then up here, we'll have to crouch to place the carpet over these shulker boxes here. Then we'll come over to the other side here, one up here in front of the door, right down this stair, and all the way down this walkway until it connects up with the carpet on the back of the locomotive. Now we got to do our logo here, so we're going to come 1 block from the top and 1 block in front of those vents. Knock out 1 block for the symbol, skip a space, knock out 4, and fill that all with smooth quartz. We'll do the same thing on the other side here. So we'll start here, knock out 1, skip a block, knock out 4, and fill it with smooth quartz. This logo really should be 2 blocks tall because there's 2 words, Canadian Pacific, but I tried that and it obscures too much of the camouflage pattern. Sometimes in Minecraft, you have to decide what details to keep and what details to omit. Now I'm taking white stained glass panes on either side of the windows here to be rear view mirrors. Now we need to make a banner here, so take out a loom and come into it. We're going to use a yellow banner and we're going to use black dye. We put a vertical in the middle and then a horizontal on bottom. Then switch to yellow dye, put a horizontal across the middle, and then a yellow border. This locomotive has these Support Our Veterans ribbons painted on it, and a banner was the only way I could think to try and emulate it. So we'll put one here on this side of the nose, one here on this side of the nose, and then there's one more painted on the locomotive on the very back here. So under the headlight, hang one there. Now we're going to do the interior. So come on in through this nose door here. In this corner, we'll put an end portal to be a toilet. Then we'll take out smooth sandstone slabs. And on the sides, stack a column up on each side till it reaches the bottom of the windows. Then we'll put a door down there, we can go ahead and fill in above the door. Here, on the side, we stack up our slabs till they reach the level of the door. And then right here, in front of the door, and same thing on this side, stack it all up to the same level. Then we can use our slabs here to make stairs to get down. And I'm just going to test it out and make sure it works, and it does. We can get through the door. In this back here, we're going to put a sideways blast furnace on bottom and a sea lantern on top to light the cab. In the middle of the windows, an item frame with an end crystal for a computer screen, a slab on the left for the conductor's desk, and a lever on the right for the engineer. Turn around this way, and we'll put in stairs on each side to be the seats. Now the interior's done. And there we have it, folks. We've completed Canadian Pacific 6644, the World War II D-Day Veterans Unit. In retrospect, out of all the veterans units to make, probably should have started with a different one because most of the other ones are all one color. So this was probably the most challenging one to make, but it's also my favorite one, and that's why I wanted to build it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.